Hey everyone, I know I said I was gonna let you vote, but I thought I'd film another one real quick, and then after this one you can vote on whether or not you want to hear about a trip or theater. So this one's going to be on another trip. It's going to be on my class, and by class I mean study abroad trip, to Brighton. The other ones you can vote on are like trips I took myself. So here it is. We went to Brighton, which is a small town, village, big city. I don't actually know how big Brighton is. I'm not gonna lie. On the coast. The point is, it's on the shore, the seashore of England, and so they said we're going to the English seaside, and so we went. And so the day before, because we took the trip on Friday, and so we found out what we were going to do on the Thursday. And what they said on Thursday was like, it's supposed to be all nice and sunny and beautiful day, right? Well, we get there. It's pouring. It's going, like, it doesn't start raining when we first get there. Like, we see the outside of the Royal Pavilion, and it's not raining at that point in time, right? But then we start having our walking tour, and we're going around, we're seeing some of the things, and it starts sprinkling a little, and we're like, oh, it's not that bad, it's not the annoying rain, it's just you might be damp by the time you head back into a building. Well, by the time we actually hit the beach, full on downpour of rain, which, you'd think wouldn't be that annoying to people who have been in London for a while. And it wasn't that it was annoying, it's that some people weren't really prepared. I did have my umbrella, but I was still soaked by the time. And like most of the rain we get here in London is like the weird like fine rain that can get you wet, but you're not going to be soaked. And it's just like torrential downpour started happening. But we walked around, and we went, and then we, after the walking tour, we split up into some smaller groups, and I believe my group, we went to eat first. So, I have some really weird food allergies, but basically, I'm allergic to palm oil and soy. So, anything that's, vegan, vegetarian, I can't really eat. And we walked to this restaurant, and it advertised it was a burger place. It was a vegan restaurant, so that was fun. That was a fun experience. But so after we finished eating, I'm really sorry about the lighting in this room, just so you are. So after we finished eating, we went back to the seaside, and they had this pier, and so we walked along the seaside to the pier, and there were some people surfing, which was really cool to see, and it had softened, it wasn't torrential downpour anymore, it was the fine rain. And we walked out onto this thing and took some pictures, some really pretty pictures, the scenery was beautiful. The weather might have been bad, but the scenery was gorgeous. And then we walked onto the pier, and we were looking for souvenirs, which we eventually found a souvenir shop. But we were walking around, and so there's this, you guys know the game where you shoot a water gun, and it sprays water, and it will hit a target, and the more water that hits the target, the faster your little thing will move across, and if you win first place, you get a prize. Well, they had this only with skee ball. So instead of having to hold a thing straight and shoot water at something, you just rolled a ball. And if it went in the different holes it went into was how many spaces your little dolphin would move. And I won. I won that. I got a little shark. I'm very proud of myself, okay? I won a game at an arcade. And so we finished that, and then we split up. Then my mini group, no, my medium-sized groups split into mini groups. So there were some that wanted to stay at the seashore, and some of us that wanted to just go start looking at the shops. And after we split up into these groups, torrential downpour came back. And that was a lot of fun. It was so much soaked. And so we did some souvenir shopping. And then about 4-ish o'clock, I believe, I headed back to the train station and went back to London. And so that was my trip to Brighton, the British seashore. And it was filled with rain. It was a lot of fun, don't get me wrong. It was just what I remember from this trip, aside from, you know, the fun stuff, like the walking tour, the history, the stables that are nicer than my dorm, is the torrential downpour. Literally, so when we saw the pavilion, you're like, yeah, royal pavilion, a prince lived here. Of course it's going to look nice. We're walking around, and our guide points out this beautiful building that looks as nice, if not nicer than the royal pavilion. And he's like, that is the stables. That is where the Prince Regent kept his horses. It has now been converted into a theater. And all I could think was, that is nicer. This building is nicer than my dorm. So, yeah. But yes, so after this video, please feel free to, even on the last video and this video, in the comments, comment with whether you want to hear more about, like, a trip or about a theater production, because I'm going to talk about both. I just want to know which one you want to hear about first. So, yes, thank you for listening to me ramble about rain in Brighton, and I will see you in the next video, and thank you so much for the comments. Always appreciated. Bye.